Let's look at Chapter 13, Lesson 4, Extension, Estimating Missing Factors and Quotients. Rewrite each division sentence as a multiplication sentence to help you complete the problems. Then use multiples of 10 and smaller multiplication facts to build on the missing factor and quotient. I know that 470 divided by 47 is going to equal 10. Which means 10 times 47 equals 470. Now I'm going to break these up into smaller multiples of 10 to begin with. So for the first one, I'm going to do 10 times 40, and I know that that's going to equal 400. 470 minus 400 is going to equal 70. So now I need to figure out 10 times what equals 70, and I know that that's going to be 7. So 10 times 7 is 70. I subtract, and I'm going to get 0. Let's do the same thing for number 2. I'm going to go ahead and start into the gray section. 18 times what equals something close to 414. And I know that 18 times 10 would be 180. And I know that 18 times 20 is going to be 360. If I did 18 times 30 though, that would be too much. So I'm going to do 18 times 20, which equals 360. Now I'm going to use the information 414 minus 360, and I'm going to end up getting 54 when I subtract it. So then I need to think about 18 times what equals 54. I know that 18 times 3 is going to equal 54. I subtract it and I get 0. Now in order to figure out what 414 divided by what equals 18, I add 20 plus 3 and I get 23. Now I can rewrite the problem as a multiplication sentence and have 23 times 18 equals 414. I'm going to use the same strategy for number 3. I write 399 in this box right here because it's my starting number that I'm going to be using to subtract. Then I need to think 19 times what is going to equal something close to 399. And I know that 19 times 1 is 19 times 10 is going to be 190, and 19 times 20 is going to be 380. So I know that that's going to be my closest one. So I'm going to write 380. I'm going to go ahead and subtract, and I'm going to get 19. And then I have to think 19 times what equals something close to 19, and I know 19 times 1. Put 19 in there, I subtract, and I get 0. In order to find out that box, though, I need to add 20 plus 1, and that's 21. So now I have 21 times 19 equals 399. We're going to use the same steps in order to solve number 4, 5, and 6. The first step for number 4, we're going to think about 27 times what is going to get us close to 783. And I know that 27 times 20 is going to equal 540. So I can take 788 minus 540, and that's going to get me 243. Then I'm going to take 27, and I got to think 27 times what will equal 243. And I know that 27 times 9 equals 243. So now you can use this, and you know that 27 times 9 equals 243. And that's going to be subtracted just like above, and we got 0. You can use 20 plus 9 in order to know that it's going to be 29. And your multiplication sentence will be 29 times 27 equals 783. We're going to do the same thing for number 5, where I have 12 times what is going to get me close to 348. And I know that 12 times 20 is going to end up getting me 240. So So I take 348 minus 240, and I'm going to end up getting 108. So I need to think about what times 12 is going to get me 108. And I know that 12 times 9 will equal 108. And then I can subtract that and I get 0. So now I'm going to use 20 plus 9, which would be 29. And I would have 29 times 12 equals 348. Do the same thing for number 6, where I'm going to take 42 times what is going to get me close to 966. And I know 42 times 20 is going to equal 840. So I'm going to take 966 minus 840, and that's going to equal 126. So then I have to think about 42 times what will equal 126, and I know that 42 times 3 equals 126. I'm going to subtract and I get 0. So now I have 20 plus 3 equals 23, which would be 23 times 42 equals 966. Remember, you're going to need to show all of your work.